Hey, what's up, guys? As you can see, we're back on not on the couch. We're back in the studio. We're back in the studio after being away with COVID for like almost a year, right? Over a year we haven't been in here. We've been doing it on Zoom. I'm happy to be back.
Me too.
Rachel is back. We're back in the same place. She's looking good as usual. These are her books as usual. Check them out. Love Bites and Sound Bites, a rock and roll love story. And you already know who we are. She's an author, actress. I'm a film director. And we have fun, and we have the best relationship podcast on the planet. What up, Rach? That's my short intro.
I'm so excited to be out of my house. Oh, it's nice.
You are. It's nice to be out.
Stuck in my house for a year. I'm ready.
You ready to rock and roll?
To get back in the studio.
Yeah, so if I didn't say it before, if you're joining us for the first time, I am director Imani, Shakur, and this is Rachel K. Burke. Let me get that out the way. What have you been up to? What's going on? It's pretty... I don't have anything exciting and juicy. I'm just in an amazing relationship, and I'm so happy. She's so cool.
That's great.
I'm a dad to a little one again, and it's going good. And I have the most amazing woman. She's fly. She's hot. She works out. She's fit.
Yeah.
The sex is amazing. She's just all around amazing.
That's great.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
So it's been fun and exciting, but I don't have anything juicy except for our stuff that I can't talk to y'all about.
I know. Yeah, that's good though.
It's all good.
It's like, I feel like last month,
tough to find.
May was a weird month where everybody was like either breaking up or relationships are going great. It's a weird month, but it sounds like you're on the other end where it's going great.
Yeah.
And now it is summertime and the boys are thirsty. I'm telling you, I got so many guys right now.
She said the boys are thirsty.
They are thirsty. That's great. I can't even tell you the last time I've had this many.
Tell me more.
I know. I can't even tell you the last time I've had this many guys, but I genuinely like all of them.
Yeah. Because I remember at one point you were struggling with that, like having the right guy wanting to approach you and being intimidated and this and that.
Yeah. Well, one of them I think is a little intimidated, so that's what we can. That's why I want to jump it off with that because I'll ask you your opinion on that. But it's funny. Two of them are Aquarius.
Okay. We rock. We are the best. We rule. Anyway, go ahead.
I do.
That is one of your best matches too. You're a Libra.
And the other one's Gemini. And I know your girlfriend's Gemini.
Yeah, and that's one of your other best matches. Yeah.
Yeah, which usually hasn't been the case, but this one I dig too. He's more fun, but yeah, a lot going on.
That's awesome.
I know.
That's awesome.
It's exciting.
So, any stories to tell? You want to jump right into the show? And we are going to talk about are men intimidated by women, or why some men are intimidated by women.
Yeah,
because they are.
Because I didn't think that was a real thing. Yeah, so I guess I can brief you on what's going on with one of them, which I think that might be the case.
Okay.
But yeah, one of them is just casual, but sex is amazing, so that's great. One of them I just met actually at a party, so we are going on a date tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
It's so funny. I can't even tell you, like,
Bring your mic closer.
Oh, because I'm loud, so I try not to too much. But I have met so many guys in the past year during COVID. None of them have been on an app.
Serious?
Except for my casual buddy.
Serious?
So they're all through friends.
Interesting. Which is one of the best ways to meet people, by the way, audience.
I know. So I wanted to say this today to just everybody out there. It's just expand your social circle, because that's what I've been doing. It's I've been meeting new friends and hanging out with new people, and even Saturday it was my friend's birthday, and I thought it was just going to be her girlfriends, and then I met someone there, and I was like, man, it's just a constant. It's great.
Yeah,
it's a constant.
That's cool.
Influx. Yeah.
You get off the apps and stuff. That's awesome.
And I'm not even trying. You know what I mean? Because I'm I have people, I'm happy, and then I go out and then I meet someone else.
That's usually when it happens,
right?
Because that energy is in the universe. She's not tripping on it. She's not. She's solid. She's cool, and then it comes.
Yeah.
The same has happened with me with Yvonne, and I've just been having to. I'd be out or something, and people would be coming at me, and one of my friends, Anthony, he's taken, and so on. It's always just hilarious.
Yeah.
Because everyone loves our relationship.
Okay.
All my friends, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's super pretty.
Yeah, so they'd be like, he's taken. So that's what my friends do. But that's what happens.
Yeah.
it's almost like the universe can feel that you're taken and you're not available. Well, and that's when it comes right at you.
And well, I think too, it's just your attitude because you're not looking for something.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, you and I have talked about my friend a million times that's still trying to find her husband. But I was like, girl, you got to just like surrender to the universe and let it go.
Exactly.
Because she's trying so
the law
hard.
Of least attract. Yep.
Yeah. Like people are going to sense the desperation. And I'm like, just live your life.
Just
honest to God, I'm just living my life.
Yeah.
Meeting friends that have things in common with me. And it's good.
And it's going, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Well, I'm happy for you, Rachel. I'm glad it's going good.
Me too.
And some real men have stepped up to the plate and said, "Let me wrangle this hottie."
Whole bunch.
You know what I'm saying?
Only one of them is trying to actually take me on dates, though. Like, one's like a party guy, one's a casual guy. But I feel like they all serve a different purpose.
Right,
so it's
exactly.
Nice.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's so
I get my kink out with one. I get my drinking out with the other one.
Right.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
You gotta live your best life. You never know when COVID 2 might come around.
Right. But listen, COVID's been good to me. I don't know what's happening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny. So so you want to jump into it?
Yes.
Awesome men. So what's your question? Are some men intimidated by women, or is it a real thing?
Or like, I would say like, is it a real, you know, because you say it is a real thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, or maybe why are men intimidated by women? I think that's a better question, right?
You want to know what? And I can really start off with a really good story. So pre-COVID, we would go to Kettner Exchange all the time down in SD. I mean, this place, Rach, you walk in there and it's like a hot woman buffet.
Yes.
I mean, it was incredible. Mm-hmm. Every single girl in there was a 10, and everybody's vibing and chilling.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies that lives here in wine country, we took him out one day. We kept telling him, Waddell, you gotta come out, man. He's like, I'm gonna check it out. I heard about it. So, and this is one of those guys that always, he's a little younger than me, but still dresses like he's 16. You know what I mean? Always in shorts and tennis shoes. Even, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
So I told him, I said, listen, throw on a button down.
Yeah.
You're going to go to Kettner.
He needs a makeover.
With me and Crispy. He grabbed his button down, took him out there. Rachel, I swear, he was so intimidated that he literally sat down on this chair, mouth dropped the whole entire night.
Yeah.
He was literally like this. Looking around. For all of our audience that watches on YouTube, he was mouth was dropped, and he was and I was thinking, because the way he acts around here in wine country with some of the not so good looking women, he's talking to them, and the ugly ones he's definitely rushing to them, the unattractive ones. At Kettner with the hotties, the 10s, he was silent.
He's that emoji that's like, with like the big eyes.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. All night long. Didn't talk to not one girl and never went back. And a lot of times men are intimidated by beautiful women. And I don't know if it's, they just think because of this beauty, they're going to want you to talk a certain way or be a certain way or act a certain way. And I always say, man, just say what you would say to an unattractive one. Just be yourself and just chill. Beautiful women want to have men to talk to, too. And, you know what I'm trying to say?
Well, like, in my experience, it's been guys that I actually have hooked up with. But for some reason, and, like, they act like they're all about me, but for some reason, they just can't take it to that next level where they, like, ask me on a date. Like, so you and I, we touched on it a little bit when we talked about, like, Penpals, remember? Mm-hmm. And you said, you know, if I clam up when you come to town, you said, I'm either not into women or I'm afraid of you. And I was like, no, he's afraid of me, because he was definitely into women. Because I've had this happen before, but it's going on again. And it was like, it was bumming me out for a little bit, but you know, now I have other options, so it's fine. Right. So I was trying to manifest this whole thing where, you know, it's like COVID. A lot of my friends are moving out of LA, you know, or they're getting married.
I've heard about that,
You know, they're like, when I first moved here, one of my best guy friends, he just got married a few years ago, moved to Orange County, and it's like, I've never seen him again. And so I have a lot of creative friends that, you know, I go to concerts with and this and that, and like that's really important to me. Like I love going to see live music. So I kind of
and that's coming back, by the way. I just want to interject that. Yeah, the concerts are coming back.
I just got the Hollywood Bowl email yesterday.
Yeah, see, that's awesome.
We're back up. So I was actually like, I did like a full moon. My friend, I do these like full moon manifestation rituals. We'll write down like what we're trying to bring in. Right. And so one of my big things was creative people and creative friends. Because ultimately you meet people through people, and I wanted to meet somebody who had some sense of creativity. Absolutely. Like I want somebody who's going to go to shows with me and who likes music, and we have that in common. Yeah. And I totally have brought this all into my life. So, but I had to you have to face uncomfortable situations when you step out of your comfort zone. Yeah. So I made friends with this guy on Instagram. He has a girlfriend he's been with for 10 years. He's just like in the music scene, and we were always at the same concerts, and he's like, we should all like hang out sometime. Bumped into him and his girlfriend at a concert, like totally hit it off. So last October he was like, I'm having a party. They have a house in the desert, and he's like, do you want to come out? And I'm like, yeah. I didn't know one person. I was just going to go by myself. Yeah. I ended up bringing a friend with me. And it was great, became good friends with them. And now through them, I've met like all these chicks who are like singers and bass players.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
It's like this big music circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I met a guy at I can say this because he would never listen to this, but met a guy at the Halloween party that I thought was really cute. And like I kept going back to the parties, and like he wasn't there. Finally, a few months ago, he's there. Okay. So we totally ended up like hooking up. And he was just, so he's like 44, right? Okay, so he's a man. He's a grown man. But so, the next morning, we're all leaving the party. He walks me out to my car. He carries my bag. And he's like, he gets kind of shy. Yeah. And he's like, dude, he's a good-looking guy. He drives a Tesla. He owns a company. Like, he's got his shit together. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's no reason for you to be intimidated by me. Right. And so he's like, did you say, like, you wanted to hang out sometime when we got back to LA? And I was like, yeah. Like, let's do it. And he's just like, okay. That'd be awesome. And he just, like, stands there. And I'm like, do you want my phone number? Right. and I'm going to preface this with, when we slept together, afterwards, he goes, oh my God, it's been over a month. So he's clearly not sleeping with anyone else. Right. So I give him my number. He never calls. Okay. So the next party, a couple weeks later, he and I are both going. Instead of messaging me, he messages our mutual friend on Instagram. And he's like, are you and Rachel going to the party this weekend? What time are you guys going? Like,
why did he just hit you up?
Why is he messaging my friend asking about me and not hitting me up? Yeah. So we get to the party, and he's like, hi, you look great. And like our other friend is like, dude, he just like stares at you. And I'm like, I know he's into me. Yeah, I'm not crazy here. Right. So we hook up again, and it was actually nice. Like the second night we didn't even hook up, but we just like laid in bed. We were listening to music and just like talking. And he was like, I'm so glad we listen to all the same music. Yeah. And then the next morning he leaves before we get up, and it's like nothing. There's nothing going on there. What's the deal? Yeah.
See, again, some men can be intimidated by good-looking women. I'm telling you.
He's good-looking too.
I know, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they can be. It's weird. And I don't know what it is about the female aesthetic that shakes some men up, but it happens. And I tell guys, when guys are like, when you walk down a mall, or we're at the winery, or wherever part of the country you live, and you guys do what you do, and you see like the not so attractive guy with the dime, the tan, beautiful, and I go, it's because he wasn't afraid to talk to her.
Correct.
Period.
He has the confidence.
Yeah, he has the confidence to talk to her. Yeah. And it's something about the aesthetic that just makes men shake in their boots.
So weird.
You know what I mean?
So like the only other thing I can think of is that, so he did just go through a breakup a couple months ago, where he said she was so crazy he had to block her on every single app, including Venmo. Yeah. Oh, wow. He goes, did you know people can message you through Venmo? Neither did I. Yeah. So but he said she was like nuts, and she was like mean to him. So my other thought is like, am I too chill? Like, cause some guys are into crazy girls. Yeah. And girls that are like mean to them. Yeah. So that's my only other thought, is like, maybe, either he's not ready because he just got out of a breakup, which I would understand. But also he might just be, because I was like, well, how long are you guys together? And he said a year. And I'm like, okay, you're telling me you don't like crazy girls and you don't like girls that are mean, yet you stay with her for a year. So it's like your actions aren't matching up.
Right.
With what you're saying. Right.
Yeah.
But like, I'm, you know, and my friends are like, yeah, just be a bitch to him. I'm like, I'm not going to change who I am to make somebody like me.
Right. Nah.
Ultimately, that doesn't work.
Nah. Remember, we always talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't change who you are.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I don't.
Yeah, but it is a thing, audience. I see it. I have friends that are intimidated. I mean, again, Crispy's the type who won't even approach. If we're out in a group, I'd have to go and start talking
So Crispy's
first.
Also a Libra, though. Libra men don't make the move.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
It's
well,
actually,
that's probably a little different then.
It's like a known thing. I've actually read this, and with Libra men that I've been with, I always have to be, and I don't like being the aggressor.
Okay.
But it's one of those things with Libra guys.
Yeah, if I get it going, then he'll talk.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
whereas my friend Anthony, he'll just go talk.
Yeah.
And everyone's just standing there. He's born the same day as me.
Okay.
You know
yeah, Aquariuses will go for it.
And I'm the same way too.
Yes.
I would just, you know what I mean?
Both of my Aquarius guys, like, they go for it.
Yeah.
And then I get this other guy who I'm like, God, we literally have so much fun together. Like, we'll go to these parties and it's just like, if someone does something funny, we just look at each other and die laughing. It's like, I feel like we're on the same team the whole time.
Right.
We're together the whole time.
Right.
Like, if we're at the table, he comes and sits next to me. And like, our friends like, you guys are so cute. I'm like, yeah, except he doesn't pick up the phone and like want to hang out with me in real life. You know, we have this like vacation romance every couple of weeks.
Right.
And then I get home and I'm bummed because I'm like, well, I don't even want to continue this.
Right. But he won't hit you up.
No.
You know, it's funny. And it's funny, me and my girl, we've joked about this because, you know, I always say, had I not met you on a dating app, I would have approached you in person. Mm-hmm. Because she talks about how men were intimidated by her. She said, I never get approached. That's something you never have to worry about. And I go, had I seen your ass at the winery, anyway, I would have approached you. And, and so she goes, and what would you have said? And then when I told her what I would have said, she goes, okay, I'll admit you would have gotten me. She said, you would have gotten me, I'll admit.
You're not going to share your pickup line?
Nah, because she's so tough, like, with people in person and stuff. And when I told her what I would have said, she was like, okay, you would have gotten me, I'll admit. I was like, I said, Yvonne, had I seen you, I'd have walked up to you immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Like, who is this? Like,
is she a feisty Gemini?
Oh, she can definitely be feisty. But for some reason, it just works with Aquarius.
Isn't it so funny?
It's
because
weird.
Libras, we're known for like, we hate confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
We hate finding people, yet all of my best girlfriends are all Geminis.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't.
Something about our signs mix is
how
weird.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Because I have, like, my Gemini girlfriends, they can get feisty.
And I don't like confrontation either. Aquariuses don't, but we get along great.
Isn't that funny? Mm-hmm. I don't know how that works because they can get feisty. But I can handle it. I can handle it.
Yeah, I can too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We can handle it.
I know.
It's weird.
I've had times where it's like, you know, my crazy girlfriend that's trying to find her husband, like, she's like had meltdowns on me because she's just so emotional, and like she's still trying to get over this guy that she was dating for like 6 months during COVID. And I was at her house one night, and I finally just like hit my breaking point because she just kept like incessantly talking about him over and over and over and asking the same questions. And I finally was like, I just don't want to talk about him anymore. You know, like I just hit my breaking point. And she like, I can see her, like she goes in the other room, and like, I was like, oh no. I'm like, drinking the wine because I'm like, I know this is about to blow up. And she comes back in the other room and she's just like, I'm not okay. And I was like, I know. Like, let's sit down, take a breath, and I can kind of like talk her off the ledge. Yeah. It is a little uncomfortable for me. It still works though, for whatever reason. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's interesting. But yeah, I mean, I can totally see why men would be intimidated by my lady, and even me. It took me a second to kind of, because she is very well put together, very attractive, like has everything going for in a female department. So it even took me to a second. And I ain't scared of nobody to like really, like, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. To really get in a groove and accept it and like, this is really happening. And it even took me a second. And I don't know if it was intimidation per se. And even if it was, it didn't last long with me. It was just like, okay, she's super hot, she's super cool, but Imani, you got this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I did have that moment, even me.
Miss the shots you don't take.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, the reason I wanted to talk about this was because I always thought that was such a cop-out. Like, I thought that was something women said to each other to basically compensate for he's just not that into you. Like, oh, no, he's just intimidated by you. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
No,
like,
it's true.
Like, if a guy thinks you're hot, he's going to go for it, you know? But I really thought this for such a long time until you said it on one of our episodes. You were like, no, it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
And I'm like, no way. But now I'm realizing, I'm like, I think it actually is, which is nice because, you know, I always felt like I would take it personally and be like, oh, he's like, okay, I guess he's just not that into me. Yeah. But I knew logically that wasn't the case, right? Like, you feel it. If there's a vibe there, you feel it. You know if somebody's into you.
Right.
I was like the singer guy I always talked about with you. Same thing. It's like when we're in the same room, I feel it, right? I'm like, there's a flirty thing here. It's here. He's not calling me. And it's very much like this guy where it's like, it feels very first grade where like we have to communicate through our mutual friends. Yeah. So it's like, we're all in a group chat with this guy, like our friends that go to the parties. And it's like, I'm communicating with him in a group chat and he's messaging my friend on the side. And like the singer guy would do the same thing. He would message our mutual friend and be like, hey, let's get together, like invite Rachel.
Interesting, yeah.
Like how old? You guys are in your 40s.
Right.
Like, pick up the phone, dude. Like, let's
pick up the phone and say what's up. And
I think it's partially a commitment thing too, because I think that guy's a commitment phobe. I think this guy, you know, if he just got out of something, maybe he's worried that, you know, maybe he's not ready for that. But I'm wondering, since he's into crazy women, maybe they've had to make the move with him. You know, but I'm like, I'm not. I ain't gonna do that. Yeah, you gotta make the move.
Yeah, and you know, and I don't know if it's something like out there, it's in the universe. I definitely wouldn't say something that I was taught, like, or that we're taught as men, like, be afraid of beautiful women. It's not something that we're taught or anything.
No, it's like a socially awkward thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because with all these guys, this is the pattern: is they're all a little socially awkward. And my friend said this about the guy at the party. She's like, you know, he's really cute, he's really nice. She goes, but he does have a little bit of like social awkwardness. And I was like, totally. Yeah. Singer guy does too. And I talked to you about a guy like on the Penpal episode where, like, you know, we hooked up and he would text me. He was comfortable on text. So he would text me all these crazy texts like, I think you're amazing and you're beautiful, and if we lived in the same places, and then I'd go home and be like, dude, what's up, let's hang. Yeah. Crickets. And I'm like, okay, you're comfortable texting me all
right, this, but not
me in the person. Flesh, you're like,
in the flesh is
you
like,
know, they're like the dudes that play video games and like online chat, and then in person they don't know what to do with it.
Exactly. You know? Yeah. So men, how do we overcome this? How do the guys overcome this?
And as a woman, what do we do? You know what I mean?
You know what I think women could do, and it may be a little
look really ugly.
No, don't do that. But
don't do that.
Don't do that. But I think it may be a little awkward. Or women may say, well, why do I have to do all this? But sometimes women, you may have to just kind of
nip in the bud.
Yeah, just like break it down. Like, hey, listen, I'm a regular girl. Whatever you have to say, like just try and get them past that aesthetic of your beauty.
And I think it's that initial, like, scared to reach out for whatever reason. Yeah. Because I did make a joke because he was like, well, you know, you keep like the last time he goes, you keep saying you have this house and you're gonna like have me over. But you haven't. And I go, I don't have your phone number. Because I gave him mine. Right. And then he just like made a joke. But I'm like, not funny. Right.
Funny. So that's like, what I would say women could do. Like, yeah. Especially if you like the person and you're like, okay, he's probably just intimidated. Just break it down, I think. Like, hey, maybe even say it.
Yeah, well, I was going to do that last time. Just be like, you know, in a casual, like, funny way. Just be like, you know, you have my number. Right. Like, hit me up. And then he left before any of us got up. And everyone was like, dude, you Irish goodbye. And he was like, oh, I had to go pick up my dog. And I'm like, Right. I feel like he was afraid of that conversation.
Right. Exactly. That's what I would say.
I don't know.
Exactly.
It's weird.
Yeah, and guys, I would say man up.
Man up.
The advice I have is, guys, treat them all the same. Yeah. Whether they're a 10 or a 5, what you would say to the 3 or the 4 or the 5 when you walk up to them, say the same thing to the one that's a 8, 9, or 10. Yeah. That's what I would say. And don't even consider the beauty. Just approach, and of course you're going to have some that act, funny and stuck up, but that's fine. And go past that and just,
And also don't ask a girl to hang out and get her number if you ain't going to use it. Because then that messes with our head.
Exactly.
Because then it bummed me out. Because then I get home and I'm sitting by my phone all week and I'm like, I see you're online on Instagram. I see you interacting in the group chat.
Right.
And
so hit me up.
You're not hitting me up.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. So
treat them all the same. That's what I've always done, guys out there listening.
Yeah.
I swear. And the harder it was and the more stuck up they acted, the more I would talk to them.
Yeah.
Because when I would do that, it would boost my confidence.
Yeah.
The more beautiful they were and the stuck up they were, I would talk to them even more. That's when I would go up to.
Okay.
Yep.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, because it was challenging.
Yeah.
And I knew this woman would be harder to talk to than, say,
do you know, I just actually read this about Aquariuses. That you guys, like, you can have a wandering eye, so somebody has to be, like, very, very attractive for you to not only commit to them, but, like, even if you're at a party and there's a bunch of attractive girls, it's like he might want to talk to you, but he might see somebody more attractive and go over here. So it's like you have to be highly attractive and, like, they have to be very into you.
Very true.
Yeah.
I've actually said that to my girl, like, you have to be, I know myself, call me shallow, you have to be like this, super hot.
Yeah.
Very, very true
So
statement.
What do you think about this? So my Aquarius, my casual buddy, so he's in an open relationship. He had on his Bumble profile that he was actually looking for people for him and his girl, I think threesomes, whatever. And he said, or to hang separately if that's not your thing. So that's why I matched with him, because he was really cute. So, we've been hooking up for a few months, and all of a sudden after the last time he came over, he took separately off of his Bumble. So he's not looking for other side people anymore. I was like, did I win the Aquarius attractive contest?
You probably did.
Did I get to be the only side girl?
You probably did. Seriously.
Stupid.
Because Aquarius are very much like that.
But I literally was like, ooh, he changed it. Unless the chick doesn't want him having any more side chicks, maybe that. But I'm like, I'm going to tell myself my own story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe he tested out a few others and I won.
Yep. Rachel, that could be very true.
Made me feel good. Boosted my confidence.
It could be very true. I love to say it. I was about to hate to say it, but I love to say that. Seriously, that's how we are. It's so funny you read that.
But it's
so true.
We're going to find this out today, but I also read that you guys can be kinky, and my guy's pretty kinky. So I know you always say you're vanilla, but so guys, another episode I'm going to make Imani take a test, and we're going to see what his kink is.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
He says he's vanilla, but we're going to find out.
We definitely going to find out. Anything else you want to add to today?
No, I think that's good. So as far as me, I think I don't know. What do? I just wait it out, I guess.
Yeah, break it down for him.
Yeah,
I think you should.
I'm trying to give it time because I'm like, maybe he just needs to get to know me a little better.
Yeah.
Feel comfortable.
Yeah.
He just got out of something. So I'm trying to be patient. Patience is not my strong suit.
Yeah. I mean, because you are very attractive, and I definitely could see a guy not as strong as some of the guys that I would know being afraid to talk to you.
Yeah.
You're tall, attractive, well poised. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So a guy could be like shaking in his boots and shit. Okay.
Even though he's got Tesla.
Yeah. Even though he has a Tesla. Which I have one now too, by the way. But yeah.
I got a Lexus.
Yeah. Your Lexus is nice. But
yeah.
So yeah, guys, that's our show. That's the lessons that I would have for the guys, and you gave some gems for the ladies too.
Yeah. And and I'm gonna actually, one last thing too is that, like, because girlfriends of mine have been like, oh, men are also intimidated by successful women. I just thought of this because of the Lexus, because I'm like, I make a lot of money, I have a nice car, I own a house. And, like, my girlfriend's like, men don't want that. Like, men want to take care of you. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Change myself?
Nah,
That's bullshit, right?
Nah, that's BS.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some blanket statement that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Nah, men don't
I'm not going to dumb myself down.
We like successful women. Yeah, most definitely. Some do. Some do and some don't. Yeah.
So more of the story, I think we got to find a confident man.
Right.
Who is not going to be intimidated by either looks or success. And is going to, like, man up and ask you out.
Exactly. And man, no matter what she got going on, man the F up.
Man up.
That's what I have to say.
If you're not ready, tell her you're not ready.
Yeah, that's what I have to say. Exactly. If you're not ready, just say you're not ready.
Yeah, I'd love to hang out with you. Just got out of something. Absolutely. Like, it's some people just don't know how to communicate.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know how to be honest.
Absolutely. One real quick intimidation story before we go, because I think this is relative to what we're saying.
Yeah.
So as I was coming up in entertainment, Erica Christensen wanted to date me, and because she was an actress and like ahead of me at that time in her career,
love her.
I didn't even see it. Totally missed out. And Lily Sobieski also liked me.
Okay.
And because she was this actress and all this stuff, I didn't see it and missed out. And I wouldn't say I was intimidated. It was more like, why would she or Erica want to talk to date me right now? Yeah, exactly. Which was also wrong. Right, which was also wrong. I mean, I wasn't where I am now in my career, but I still was in the game already, which is why I was in the same circle.
Women don't care about that. Like, really?
Which I didn't know then,
we
but
don't.
yeah.
I mean, maybe some women do. I don't care about money, status, any of that. I care about, like, how we vibe, the connection. Right. That's really what matters. And, like, men on dating apps, it's like they think they have to, like, impress you with like their job or like shirtless photos, and all I want is to see what your face looks like. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And men don't understand that.
Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say. And those were mistakes on my behalf. I should have not thought that they both wouldn't have liked me. You know,
you probably just, you know, you get more confident as you age. So you probably just didn't have that confidence.
And in that world, as you get more successful too, because again, you're automatically thinking, wow, this successful actress want me. Well, I'm just still an up and coming director at that point. I hadn't have the film, I didn't have the TV show, I didn't have the money. So it was just different. I just didn't think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I made a mistake, guys. I'm telling you. So that's what I have to say.
I don't give a shit. I will walk up to the hottest guy in the room and be like, hi.
Exactly.
I'm Rachel. I'll give a shit.
and then you know what? She's gonna have a running scare too.
They leave.
Exactly, they leave. You know what I mean? So guys, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps a lot. You guys have no idea. Thank you for listening on all the streaming platforms. We're doing really good on the streaming platforms, and it's relationships, romance, propaganda. We expose the truth and broadcast the lies. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Bye.